Hello, hello Nigerians, hello Africans. Greetings to you all, greetings to you, my African Americans. I bring greetings, good tidings to you. Greetings to you, my African Asians. Greetings to you, my African Europeans. I bring good tidings, good message of blessing, message of change to you all. My name is Monday. Monday, yes, it means the gods are waking up. I say to you, brothers and sisters, beware. Beware Nigeria, beware Africa, beware people of my fatherland, beware all people of the black race. Separation, disintegration, and succession of West African countries into more countries is not the solution to our problem. No, it is not the solution. We are adding more injury to our wound. The solution, according to our ancestors, still stands. It needs unity. Unity in breaking the curse upon our land is what we need to do from now onwards. We need unity in doing two things. Yes, that's so the only solution is uprooting all the kings of West African kingdoms. All those kings of our land through all our villages and towns, they need to be uprooted for electable mayors, electable duration. And two, rebuilding, modernizing and restoring the forgotten ancient altar. Yes, that's an altar of the gods. Only the whole throughout world, throughout the whole world, the altar of the gods is in our land. Rebuilding, modernizing and restoring that forgotten ancient altar and the temples of the gods in this our holy of all holy land is the only sole solution. Beware Africans, beware people of my fatherland, beware all people of the black race, beware. This time calls for caution. Yes, it calls for caution. There is serious crisis in our fatherland, in the fatherland of the whole universe. In Nigeria, there is serious crisis. In West Africa and in Nigeria. Separations, disintegration, and succession of West African country into more smaller countries is not the solution. No, it is not the solution to our problem. It is not the solution of the problem of the black race. Watch around. Look at the countries, the country of the black race, the country of the people of the black race, all in the Southern Americans, wherever we are, in the Asians, in the Australians, the Enu people. Look at our story, even in part of Indians. Look at where the blacks are. What is our narrative? My brother, the solution to our problem is not succession, it's not disintegration, it's not separation into smaller units. No. Our ancestors have left us a message. They have left us the solution to our problem. Yes, there should be unity. Unity among us. Unity among the believers. In breaking the curse upon curse that's upon our land. There is curse when you hear it even in the redacted Bible, the redacted stories of our ancestors. In the Bible, they say there are curses. They are not joking. The problem of Africa, the problem of the black race, even is affecting the white race. The problem is curse upon curse upon curse that started millennia ago. The gods have a lot of the records. There is curse upon our land. Those curses needs to be broken. And this is only the solution. And let anybody lead you into succession, form any country. Are they not the same human being that is leading us as black nations all over the world, black nations all over Africa, all over the Americas? Just check our lifestyle, check our development, check the abject poverty and stagnation. You think separating us? Which of the African nations that the leaders have not once stood up, say they are great men? At the end of it all, have they not betrayed their people? The reason is unity. Unity, if we start it, and Nigeria being the fatherland, if you know the history of the black race, the history of the world, if you know the history of who we are, the history before those people that are changing to white, transmuting the transition to white race, if you know the history of the black race, the history of Africa, you will know what I'm talking about. Separation is not it. It's not a solution. We need to unite forces and handle those that are in charge. And our ancestors have left a solution for us. The solution to our problem is breaking those curses. And how do we break those curses? Our ancestors said, first and foremost, from the last place they stopped, uprooting all the kings, all those kings of West African kingdoms, all those kings from the villages in the town, in the empires, wherever they call themselves, all those kings should be uprooted. They should be uprooted from all the villages and all the towns of West Africa. Starting from us, Nigeria, especially now that the youths, the gods have woken up with us. We need to uproot all those kings and replace them with electable mayors. Mayors, as is done in every other Western nation. That is when they will start being responsible. Secondly, we need to start rebuilding, modernizing, restoring the forgotten ancient altar. Yes, there is an ancient altar of the whole universe on our land in Nigeria. There's an altar of the gods. We need to be rebuilding, modernizing, and restoring that forgotten ancient altar. And the various temples, there are numerous temples, horoscopic temples. Yes, temples of the gods in this our holy of all holy land. This is the only sole solution to the problem of breaking all those curses and curses of the gods upon the black race, upon every black race. If we don't do it, those two things, my brothers, my sisters, believe you me, there is no onwards. Stagnation, as it is, everybody, all the you think the past they have not tried, but that curse must be broken. Uproot all those stooges of the evil God, the evil one of satanic powers. Uproot them. Let us revert to that ancient Astori worship. Modernize it. That is when we start having solutions to our problem. I repeat, the solution of the problem of the suffering and stagnation of the black race, starting from Nigeria in West Africa, is to uproot all those kings, all those hereditary kings of our lands, and start electing mayors in their place, and then start rebuilding the altar that is the headquarters of Ali Nzere. Yes, Ali Nzera. Ali do, he do. You must have heard of Idu, heard of the Ogisos, the Careless, the Kia Ogiames, all those things. We must, I repeat, the only solution to the problem and suffering and stagnation of the black race is for us to uproot all those kings, all those hereditary kings of our lands, and start electing mayors in their places. Yes, then we'll start rebuilding the altars that is the headquarters of this Ali Nzere, this Ali Du, this Ali Nedi, and all the forgotten temples of the gods of the heavens and the earth that is domiciled in our land. Now, some people have come out in public. They have come out in the public, in the general public, to claim land, claiming that the land of us all originally belongs to them. Yes, they claim that the land of Nigeria, perhaps of West Africa, belongs to them. That they want it back. What a glorious and damning effort it is. And see you all of us have not come out to ask them to explain to us what they mean by that impudence of a statement, if we so deem it as an impudence. Not even one of those evil kings that the devil have been using to monitor and plague the land of the gods, all this past generation seem to know how to talk in public anymore. As they have all gone dumb and deaf, so the lineages of the kings that claim to own the lands of our forefathers cannot talk again. They that are installing their family, upon all the villages, upon all the towns, they cannot talk again. They cannot come and defend what they said they own, that the gods have given them, that they came to jump down, their father jumped down from heaven. Yet people are not asking them, those kings, to give their response to that statement of claim in public as usual. Either to refute it or to give an explanation as to their reasoning for those who ever laying such an erroneous claim to the lands that we all dwell. For it is not just spurious for such a claim from a particular supposedly alien people to come and start claiming such our land. There is something in that claim that ought to be addressed publicly too, or it will keep repeating itself, because the more a lie is told and told and retold and retold without a reasonable accompanying objection and rebuttals to such lie, it becomes like the truth. If they keep that narrative, this land belongs to us, this land belongs to us, and those kings of West Africa, those kings of our land, of the kingdoms that have been claiming dominion that God appointed them, their father jumped down from heaven on the rock. A time will come, that narrative will become reality for our generation coming. It needs to be removed. They need to stand up and defend it. They need hours, not even up to days. Some of us will start asking questions, and we have already started asking questions. And that question is what we educate ourselves about Nzere land, about the Do land, about the evil that those kingships have committed, how they stagnated us, how the curses was heaped upon Africa, upon how the Blacklist has been so cursed and cursed, all their plan to do it, how their father made everything to become nil. Those are the things that we need to, yes, these are the things that we need to start working on in unity, not by succession. All those rhetorics without explanation now raises another angle to the thoughts in the minds of many of us Nigerians. If some certain tribe or ethnic family really own the landmass of Nigeria, yes, how did they come to own this land? Who or those kings that own it, how do they come that they own it? And how do they come, those that own it, how do they come to abandon it or lose the land too? How did those of us that are now said to be tenants come to think we own the land? Who really owned this land? Who was the first original settler in this land? Who did God create first in this land? Who person can claim that firstborn? Then who knows the position? Let me say, like me of the Eka, I'm an Eka man, Eka tribe. Look for Eka in Ido Delta. Around that area, it's specified. Look for it there. I'm an Eka man. Those evil people know what I'm talking of. Yet they have no audacity to talk about it. Rather, they tell you that their father jumped from the heavens, that their father was created. As if we don't know the truth. The time for them to keep quiet has come. The time for them to vacate whatever they call their throne and their stolen shrines has come. This is a new generation. We need to start living like human beings, not like animals. I mean, they should ask them, who are the Eka people? What is their relationship with Eka? Who is not really an Eka person? Then who are the Yorubas? Who are the Hausas? Yes, who are the Yorubas and Hausas? Do you that say you are a Yoruba man, do you know why you call yourself a Yoruba man? Did your father not tell you why? You say you are an Hausa man. Did your father not tell you why you are called an Hausa man? At least you should know, an enlightened professor among us all. You should know. You are historians. You should know, why am I called a Yoruba man? Why am I called an Hausa man? Why am I called an Ibibio? Why am I called a Kanuri? Why am I called a Jukun? Why, like me, why am I called an Eka man? I should be able to know a certain history of my ancestors. Does it mean they have not all asked? Those are the things that we should start asking. Those are the questions that we should start asking. Who are we? Who are the Galas? Who are the TVs, the Shekiris? Who are the Oduduwas, the Eris? Who really are the Biafrans? Yes. What are the meanings of Biafrans? Because many of them that even claim Biafrans, they don't know the meaning of Biafran. Many of them that claim they are this and that, they are Yorubas, they are Igbos. They do not know they are Igbos. They say they are Yorubas. They say they are Benis. You just claim you are king. Do you know the meaning of who those things are? Then people are claiming land. For thousands, for hundreds of years now, centuries, they claim land. They dominate over every other person. They elect, the people we elect are politicians, only look at them. They are the owner of the land. We all are slaves. It has to stop. It has to stop. The gods are waking up. How did each come to own the land if another ethnic people are now claiming its ownership? How did they themselves come here? Someone ought to be explaining something to us all. Yet those that claim to be in custody of the history and the culture of the land seem forever mute. Well, they should remain like so. Therefore, we are tired of their falsified histories. Their falsification of histories that has put Africa into so much psychological damnation. We are psychologically stressed as if we are created to be slaves in the presence of the other white race because of their stories. Enough of that story. Enough of that their redacted history. That falsified history. The truth needs to be. We need to start telling the truth. What we have started questioning our fathers, our mothers. They have started narrating things that are contradictory to what all those kings are writing in the mainstream historical books. Answering the names of God, answering the name of lands, the town names, telling us different things that I found. They are all liars. Even the Bible, the way they redacted the Bible, history of our ancestors is the way they have. All the same thing in West African kings and all that have done. Evil. Absolute evil. Well, there is crisis in our land. There is serious crisis in the heart of the African continent. The fatherland of the black race has for long been living with blistering wounds. Our land is bleeding and about to fade. There is crisis in West Africa. Yes, in West African sub-region. It is almost going wide in total flames in our fatherland in Nigeria. That crisis did not start today. We will know that it started millennia and millions ago. At the age that it was supposed to be solved for the benefits of the whole wide world, the evil one, the satanic one, used our own people to turn around. And again, got it heightened and lengthened further. With the so-called Otuefa religious movement was. There is what they call Otuefa. Ask your fathers, ask your mothers. Who are the Otuefa? Otuefe, Efa. Mention it as if it's Ife. There are so many wars. The Katangi war, war with the Nupe, war with this. Ask your people. What does those Otuefa people, what do they mean? That religious movement, that religious war. That usher the progenitors of all those kings and kingdoms that the evil God is using to monitor the people of the gods. Those kings that is installed to sit upon and hold down the children of the gods. Nobody mentions the Otuefa war. Nobody mentioned the major thing that happened in Africa that took centuries to, that demarcated, destroyed the Africans till we became so weakened, everybody enslaved us. The Arabs. How the Arabs? Nobody has. Those kings do not narrate there. They only hear that their father fell from the heavens. This one jumped down from heaven. This one was created here. This one. The towns, every town is in their name. They have formed this, they formed that. Those kings that installed to sit upon and hold down the children of the gods, those kingdom of the tribe, those tribalistic aggrandization that the same evil God is using to further tear apart the custodians of the instruments of the God, the good righteous gods that owns this our land, that is the true land of the gods, which is variously called Ali Nzere, Ali Nzera, the real original Israel, Ali Ka, yes, Ali Ka, Ali Du, yes, Ali Ka, Ali Du. Alenton, Ali Nedi, the real ancestor of this land of West Africa, have left instruction and decree for us all, their descendants, to carry out when the time is ripe. Well, because they could not carry it out. I am of the belief that we should start effecting those commands that they couldn't effect at their age. It has been said that as many generations after generations of elder died for the pains that the progenitors of all those kingships of West African kingdoms started, they heap more curses upon this land, upon his people, even upon their own descendants as we, that if we don't do or continue to complete the instructions of the gods concerning the covenant they took, concerning these lands, that it will not be well with us. The curse culminated that till that we all should wake up to uproot all those evil Iroko and the organ trees that have been planted all across our land by the evil, fallen, angry, jealous one. Yes, the evil gods. That those trees are now multiplying. Those trees have multiplied exceedingly. That the trees are those kings that are being planted in each community continuously. Yes, these are the trees, the Irokos. This land of the gods forbids such hereditary kings. It forbids it. It will tell you, this land, the story of this land forbids hereditary kingship. It was one of the cardinal principles that made men to come together from all over the corners of the classical medieval world to establish this land of Ali Nzere, Ali Du, Ali Ka, Ali Nedi. Yes. They came to establish in the fulfillment of the covenant that their earlier forefathers entered with the gods. We of the black race cannot or will not find peace. We might not Yes, I believe we cannot find peace or progress if we choose not to do and even abide by the instructions of the gods that we have even abandoned to serve. For mere imaginations of modern trials of this evil religion called Judaism, Christianity, and this Islam. And see where have it led us. All of us have gone astray. And see how it has been so filled with, our life has been so filled with pains and suffering since that they are far gone past age of installation of those stooges we can now call kings. There is wisdom in these their prophecies of this our ancestors, because it is those evil kings that our politicians are imitating in their carelessness. In their carelessness in handling the commonwealth of us, their people. And come to think of it, the politicians are not responsible or answerable to us, the real mass people. They are not answerable to the masses. It's only during the election they come with their tricky words. Just as if some of those people, I respect them. They say some say they are Biafrans, some say they are Yoruba people. Those they are freedom fighters. I respect them. Yes, they are great men. But what they are doing is not the right thing to do. That is why some of us, we respect them. Yes, they are great people. But there are certain things. We need unity. If we put that force, we are all putting to separate. If we put it together, who is our ruler that is answerable to us, that will not become answerable? But to tear it before everybody will start claiming their individual kingdom, that is not what we want. That is not what we want. So there is wisdom really in this prophecy of our ancestors, because it is those evil kings that are politicians, that our own politicians are imitating in their carelessness in handling the commonwealth and our purse and our funding of each community, villages and so. And come to think of it, those politicians are not responsible or answerable to us, the real masses of the land. But they are only responsible to those kings. And the moment they are appointed, those kings now are under them. Yes. And the moment those kings are settled, every other person can go commit suicide and die for all they don't care. For all they don't care. The politicians are truly only accountable to themselves as a court. Hence, for us of the grassroots people, we must be the ones to choose who and who is to manage our finance and our life from the basic community level. Those people, they must have duration so that they have target ambition. They have target of development for each village. Yes, they can be part of the government just as mayors are done in all developed world. We should stop being backward. Our fathers started civilization, yet we are so backward because we all are living carelessly over religiousness, over fanaticism. That's why I'm coming to appeal to all of us. There is something we need to do. Some of our hearts are bleeding. We must be the one to be chosen from the village level of every community. Choose who is to represent us against all these satanic kings and so on. Because that is what our Duru founders, the Droids, founders of Nzera, said when they banned all human kinship from the onset of this Nzere, this Idu land. We all know, we know who we are. Yes, we know who we are. And we will learn more of who we are, and we will educate others. We enlighten every other person of who we are. See how we have erroneously practiced the democracy that was instituted by our own fathers in this land, in the far, far gone age of unwritten history, when this Nzere was instituted. Our democracy was God ordained. We all need to know the details of the almost lost and forgotten history of this land of Nzera, now occupied by this country, Nigeria. And that our heritage of the nation that civilized the whole world of classical age is why the fundamentalist, crusading, and jihading fanatics of the trust of evil human emerging religions have not allowed us to start redeveloping the world again ever since. Yes, because they knew what the Nzere people can do. We are the first. They are part of, we are all the same, the world is the same, but somebody must lead. Not by hereditary. That is why those fundamentalist, crusading, and jihading fanatics are trying to overrun the land, to take the holy of the holies that has been sleeping. They don't want the sleeping lion, the Ekperentus. They don't want it to lie anymore. They have always done everything to put us under duress. That will imprison our minds so that we will forever forget who we are. The firstborn of the ancestral gods, as they have not been able to wipe us all into oblivion, the way they did in connivance with the progenitors of all those kingships, whose descendant lineages are even doing and ready to do the worst to us all, under the agreement and inspiration of that same evil one. Those kingdoms, their kingdom must be uprooted out of our head for us to arise and know ourselves again. Wake up, people. Wake up. I beg everybody. I'm begging, wake up. Carry this information to that person. Tell them who we are. We will see. We have elders that are ready to educate us. They will pass information to us. We will pass it to you. Our forefathers were the greatest people that ever lived. And here we are like slaves in this same land. Be it in Nzere, now unknown. Lost to the thickness of time. Also, we all need to restart it. We all need, the second thing I mentioned, we all need to restart the hope and dynamics of our ancestors from where the evil gods, the evil one, Satan, stopped their efforts of that age, as he has ever been so since then. Our people have been in wars and wars and war. Yes. War for almost 1,000 years. They were fighting each other, scattering, migrating. This one will move here, that will move that. Now people are saying, I am this tribe, I am that tribe. How do you know you are Yoruba? How do you know you are Hausa? How do you know you are Birom? Who is a Birom? Who is a Fulani? Fulani self is not a part of it. We know when that one came. They are far the boundaries of Nzera land. Who are the Yorubas? Who are the Igbos? Who are the Hizos? How do you know who you are? Forget about intermarriage. How do you even know who those ones are? I have asked that question. Go home and ask your fathers and mother, why were we called this name? I will go home and still ask more of why I and my car is called my name. The Ukwanis, the TVs, the Birom, the Geles, all the many of them, the Awos, all of them. Go home, ask your people. Pass this message to your elders, not the kings. Leave it out of the kings, or those your king of your community. Leave it out of them. Pass it to those in the shrines. Those in the three custodians of the instruments of the gods. Pass this my message. This is my hint. This is my little hint. I will go researching. You go researching. Give me feedback. Pass it across to everybody. Let us know. Let us know our history. All this falsification and lie has to stop. We must know our true identity. We will know it much more than we have already known. Yes. They fought wars and wars and war, and that war led to the weakening. The weakening of us, the Blacklist, which prepared us for the enslavement that followed. The enslavement, the Arab instigated everything. Arab redated our history of our forefathers. They were supposed to be part of us. But since they transmuted to the white race, many of them redacted our history. And they are still using people that are closer to them to come and scatter that land through their jihading fundamentalists. We love all the other. I love every person, whoever tribe. We are all the same. We are all the same humanity. We are all the same children, the same fatherhood. But he who said his brother will not sleep is an evil man. And you who is making plan to be personal, to personalize everything as if you are not, it's not fair. Let the general thing run. Let us live. The whites are living. Look at the whites. Are we not ashamed? Go to the Americas, go to the Englands, go to the Asians. What have they got that we don't have? Now we are here. Both the one in government, both the House of Rep, House of Senate, all of us are. It's a shame. Let us wake up to the right thing. The ancestors have given us a directive. We are hearing of it now. We should start implementing it. Uproot all these things, number one. Let's all rebuild our temples. The Chinese, which God do they worship? The Japanese, what do they worship? Name them. The Americans, what is their God? Are they all crazy? Are they all in with Christianity? It is only here we are so fanatic with Islam. Everybody is worshiping the ancestral God. Nobody is doing human sacrifice. Nobody will do it. Nobody has been doing it. The evil people that still do it. Even in Christendom, they are still doing it. The Christians, pastors, many of them, are they not the one they are catching with human scories and that everywhere? So that is not the reason. We should go back to the roots. I, for one, have gone astray. I am ready to go back. But let all of us go back. Let all of us restart our life. Restart our land. Let our land take charge. Let the gods be woken up again. Let us start the instruments of communication that has been taken off far and wide, stolen and scattered by those kings. Let us start regrouping them. The mystical powers, the divinities will be awakened. After all, who are the real Nzeres? Are they not the one that used those instruments? Is it not what made them different? Is it the Judeans? No. It was the Nzeres that gave the people the name, that gave us the name, that gave us the pride. Let us go back to being that Nzere. So after those wars and wars and wars, those wars led to weakening of our people and enslavement that followed. And we all seem to have forgotten who really we are and what scattered the land of the gods that have elongated our suffering. Another holy war is what the evil one have now started, so as to stop the plans of the righteous ones among us of effecting that judgment against the doers of this evil. The evil one want to stop the reinstituting of a modernized way of communicating with these gods using those instruments at this grand altar and those temples dotting our land, as our eyes are getting open, as it was in the holy days of glory of old. That is why this confusion is coming now. The evil one is inspiring it, making people to see as if they are saviors, while at the tail end, their savior plan will mislead us again into more trouble. So let us stay put. Let us unite. Let us make the government responsible to the ordinary citizen. People that everybody should be a political animal. As much as we are religious fanatics, because what we used to prioritize democracy, let us now become political animals and make sure that if from the level of the village to the level of the Abujas and the Lagos, the Accras, the headquarters, let everybody become responsible without a penny, a kobo being lost. Yes, we have to effect this judgment against the evil ones. So my brothers and my sisters, take this hint from me to your parents and your elders in those remnants of your community shrines and explain my hint to them and ask them what they know of the Otuefa wars that scattered our land and who led that war, and also who have benefited from that wars and who have been slaves ever since those wars. That was the last straw. That was the last straw that broke the Idu land. Everybody migrated. Everybody migrated. The Inton, the Zulus, all of them. People migrated. People that were coming back from Europe again, that they were driving back, all of them scattered. War everywhere. The land became hibernated. Till today, the kingdoms are sleeping on top. Nobody will ever mention Otuefa, nobody will mention Nzere. Nobody will mention that, but they know, they answer the God's name, they answer everything. They answer the name of the Holy Land, the holy temples, the tabernacles, the same thing. They answer all the names of the gods. How do you expect the gods to be with us? How do you expect the gods, the righteous? They started human sacrifice because they could not invoke the gods. They keep, let me not go there. Human sacrifice, let me not go there. Because tears will roll. And also, who benefited from this thing? Is it not them? That war was the last straw that broke the camel's back of the black race. The black race are really suffering from so much curse that it must be broken henceforth. Instead of us keeping more on our heads, our dead ancestors left us so many informations and assignments. That war destroyed Nzera and stagnated the black skin race. The real original Nzere people that extends throughout Nigeria and beyond, and all those faith kingdoms are sitting upon his head. They must be uprooted first and first before the black race as a people that the gods have given a grand duty will start breathing again. It is the first thing, and the first is a must. Ask your elders at home, as I have said. Ask them questions around now and fast, and bring me feedback immediately. I will go and ask more. Since all those evil kings who are truly the stooges and not custodians of our culture, who are the representative of the evil one from the east to west, north and south of Nigeria, yes, they are everywhere. They are Satan and posers and claimants of being the custodians of the culture. They can't say any truth because of the fear of the judgment that have been passed and decreed against them and their descendants. Some of us will soon open up the real history. We will open up. The elders are now ready to tell us the whole history. The elders are that headquarter of that Nzere land. Anyway, with this, they now know that we all know the truth already. Anyway, know that there has always been a holy war. You have known that. Declared against the innocent people that owned and occupied this landmass that is today called Nigeria in West Africa. It is a holy war that they are trying to instigate. Always declared and backed by people that claim to be either Judaism, then Christianity came several times. And even since this last one, this Arab religious fanatical war, using Islam, sponsoring Islam to try to overtake, as they took Ishoma, Soma, as they took Mesopotamia, as they took Persia from us. Our ancestors dwelt in those places. They took it from us. They took it from the black race. Although we are all the same, they have now transmuted. But they made sure that all the black race came back to the bush. And thank God in the bush was the Holy of All Holies. Now they want to take the Holy of All Holies. That is the holy war. Every black man must arise. We must defend it and we must reinstitute it. And then we must, just as every continent is worshiping their ancestors, all of them even came from Africa, then we have to start. Egypt, where is Egypt today? That is what they are still doing and attempting to do. Wake up, people. It is a jihad war that the Fulanis are being used to implement in West Africa. Wake up, black race, wherever you are. Black Americans, wake up. They are the ones that caused your enslavements. Those kings, those jihadists, those Fulani, they are the ones that enslaved us, that your fathers were taken. They enslaved some of us again, our parents, in this same Africa, in this same land. They enslaved us. We walked in the shrine. They were harvesting children for human sacrifice. Those kings. You come from abroad to come and visit Africa, you go to their home, you go and pay homage. They are the evil ones. They are the ones that sold your father. They enslaved my own ancestors. Their own brother of their own fathers, because we rejected the father doing the evil that he committed. That is what they are still attempting to do. You see them saying anything about Fulani, because they are the same people. Fulani are part of, they are aggrieved, they have their grievances, but let them explain. We will learn more. Wake up, people. It is a jihad war that the Fulanis are being used to implement again in West Africa. So I am appealing that all men of the black race arise and fight. Not by weapon, not by war alone. If it deems fine. Those that have been fighting us, fight them anyway. Psychologically, do not be demoralized. We are not inferior to any race. We are supposed to be superior. Because by historically, we are superior in all ramifications. But by the redating of our history, which they call the Bible, they redated it, the story of our forefathers. We will get there. We will get there. People are ready to tell us and narrate it. People that knew all and all about it. All the Kiohens, all the Kaunas, they all know the story. It is the holy word that they are still doing and attempting to do. We must wake up. So I'm appealing to all men, all women of the black race to arise and stand up against it. It was their crisis and war which degenerated us. Africans so low that the outer world of the Europeans and themselves, of the Arab that are still fundamental, that they were able to start buying us and selling our fathers as commodity, that today they call slaves. Every man and woman of the black race, wherever you are, listen to my words. Listen to me from today onward. Rise up against this Islamic Arab world. They hate the black. They hate especially people that live in this holy of all holy land, which we don't even know our identity. Today you are gotten a hint. Ask your parents. The Fulani fundamentalists that are suffering and still being used to cause havoc, to scatter us. If they have agreed what our ancestors of old, they told us what they told them to do, we have heard. How can you say we not intermarry? We allow every other person. The Phoenicians came, the Palestinians came, the Aegeans came, the Etruscans came, all the Asian, all races came after the fall of Egypt. They all came. After the fall of Rome, they all came. They gave them land. Many of them stayed put. Then later on, they team up, they overthrow the owners of the land. They intermingle with the owners of the land. Who is really owner? It is God. We are all the same. We are all the FA people. FA. Is it not what they call us? Ndi FA more. Ndi FA more. Is it not our name? Ndi Ka. Ndi Ngi. There are so many names. We will get there later. But every man and woman of the black race, every woman must, wherever you are, you must stand up, rise up against this jihadist. Before they cause more havoc, that will again weaken our land and our people into subjugation, so that countries of the white foreigners and our evil local kings will start entering agreements that will make them to again come in and start sharing us and our resources as commodities. They will start sharing those resources they've been looking for. They will start sharing human beings as slaves again and our resources for their own goods, for the industries of their own homeland. Wake up, people. Stop the progenitors of this evil Islamic fundamentalists into our land. It is not cattle. We own cattle too. They are all evil is what they are doing. They are being used. Both the ones that are quiet and the ones that are fighting, taking people's land, they are all the same. They subjugated Hausa. We should retrieve Hausa from them. Yes. It's an evil they are doing. It must be said. Let the ones that are silent caution their brothers and sisters, even though they are being killed. Caution them. Let us all caution who is doing evil among us. Stop the progenitors of this evil Islam in our land. Look at what it has done to Sudan. Look at Egypt. Look at Ethiopia. Look at where they have passed. Look at the north compared to the south. Look at Sudan, where the Islam have passed. Are they better off? Look at tears, crisis, suffering, pain, poverty among where they have passed. Even Christianity, though it's even better than that. But all of them are the same. They hate the Nzere people. The real Nzere people. There is freedom of religion now. Let everybody do what they are doing. Wake up. Wake up, my brothers. Wake up, my sisters. I am begging you all. We need to unite. We need to start doing the real thing. We need to start stopping these evils. Keeping quiet, being the other side of the fence, is like giving them more power. Africa as a whole will be in serious disarray. Even the whole world will feel the heat if Africa falls. Yes, but Africa will be roasted. The nation of the world that has been now strategizing, as I've said, now hoping to see us generate more into deeper crisis, will later share themselves in support of each of our fractionating nations. We like it or not, they will have reason to move their armaments, their military hardware, their personnel. They will move into our land. Then they will use us and our land to do testings and of their inventions that have been waiting to be fully experimented and tested. Then they will declare, at the end, they will declare ceasefire. Is it not so? As they have shared themselves among us, shared themselves countries siding each of us to fight against Israel, they now declare ceasefire. They will declare that they have need to recoup the money and the funding, those resources they have spent. I don't know, it's a free check. They have spent in fighting our own war, where we fought against ourselves with the amendment they have tested. Yes, they will, on each fractionated side, insist that they must collect back the money and resources that they have expended on defending us against ourselves. That is slavery. With the moment they do it, the moment they now come, the West is by this country. The other side, no matter who, anybody can, even the Islam can be defeated. The Tutsi-Husi war, when they're not almost exterminated, they can be defeated immediately if everybody have. But when the people comes in other countries, they come in to start saying, yeah, we are now, they have military armament, they are personnel, everybody is here. They enslaved us. They start drilling what they want to drill. Then they'll start writing open checks and start sponsoring dictators that will be loyal only to themselves in draining out more of our resources. Even humans are slaves. We'll start again. Slavery will start. Remember, and immediately start acting now. From your villages to your town, from east to west, from north to south, start acting. Start listening to my hands, start enforcing it. Uproot the uprootables. Make the government answerable. No, but we elected them. Let even for the lower to the highest, let it be tenured. If it's 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, as the governors are, as the House of Assembly are, then we start asking for our weight, the use of our weight. We pull our resources, that our power, this is our force together. Yes. For according to our fathers, the forefathers, the cause of our problem and the solution of that problem, I keep saying, is first and foremost, assist the souls of all those related to the progenitors of those hereditary kings that have now spread far and wide across our West Africa. I assist them, piam. Let them go to the fathers. Let them go, assist them before they start enslavement again of our land. Those government that will come and support each of those sides, they will now have all their resources we have. They will so drill it, all our human resources, enslavement, they will share. They will even rename us. Who are you to challenge them? And secondly, well, after we have primed those people that's impunity, that say God brought them, that their father jumped from heaven, let them fly back to the heavens. And secondly, we'll start rebuilding and restore the altar. We restore the altars, we restore the horoscopic temples of the gods. This the altars, which is the headquarters of Nzere, the headquarters of the whole of Alidu, where their father progenitors came from. We know. Where the 12 leaders came from. They are part of us too, yet they enslaved us. They destroyed their own land. Evil. They used their own people as human sacrifice for their powers, their own blood people from their families, because they objected to their evil. We have heard all those stories. Yes, story from the altar. We are hearing more. And secondly, when we have rebuilt those horoscopic temples of the gods in our land, Those who are the gateways of the gods, perhaps we'll be able to modernize it. We'll be able to mold our and fashion our worship, our structural as meditation groups, meditation centers to meet the aesthetics and beauty of both even the classical age and the current time of this thing. Nothing will make us, both as per tourism, both as per religion, both as per the use of our resources. We will start waking up. Please, my people, I'm begging. Let's stop this war that the evil one wants to use to further blow us apart. Please. You that are leading in the east, have reason with some other people. Please, no man is an island of knowledge. Don't beat your chest, say, I will do it, I will do it. No, reason to others. You in the west saying it's finished. Ask of history. Ask. Unity is better than division. You in the north that is being used to cause the trouble, to instigate it. We are saying from today onwards, wake up to your responsibility. Some people are against you. What you are doing, is it right? We know some people have said telling us the history of the land. We explain to us, how do you own the land? What is your reason to start claiming it? If you had come in peace, you agree to the terms they carry. First, the land does not want Islam. The ancestor told us they do not want the people that bow like, no, we have that same religion here. It started from here. That same religion is here. That's why the altars are all here. That's why you want to take the Holy Land. The Moika that you have there, all of them are from here. Why you took it? We all heard those histories. So now, there's no need of comment. You have what you have, but don't bring the religion here. And you cannot say you are not intermarrying others and then expect people to live in peace with you. People will be scared of you. Your tribe does not intermarry. You live on your own. You don't give out your daughters. But people are giving you their daughters. So one day you wake up and finish it because you have no hold in the other tribe. If there is reason what to call it, even somebody tribe. So those things they told you in ancestors, I'm hinting you the reasons. We are learning more. We will still be learning more. And we will bring everything in black and white. The book of my uncles, of our peoples are coming out very soon. All those things will be written out. All those things will be narrated. Will be written out, every word, everything. A relationship we have with the British people, relationship we have with the Germans, relationship with the Philippines, the Myanmar, the Japanese especially. People that whites that are now white that were here, that was in the part of Nzere. The part of Egypt. All of those history. The elders did not forget it. They have been transmitting it in their shrines, one after the others. But now we have related those history to the modern, contemporary, the mainstream history, and found that everything synchronized, everything is the same. But the Bibles have redated it so much that they make everybody confused. Thank God there are archaeologists. Thank God there are hieroglyphs. Thank God there are histories that theologians recorded so many things that are not a part of religion. Even atheists are telling us the facts. Why the religious ones are lying to cover the evils of the progenitors of those Christianity and Islam and Judaism. So let us unite forces. Let us swallow some pride and shame for us to live in peace. Let's unite forces with all people and use across the southwest, southeast, south, middle belt, north central, northeast to northwest. Let's come closer together. If one particular tribe do not want to live in peace with us, well, let him go wherever he wants to. But please, my people, stop the war that is brewing up. Please, I beg you all, stop this tribal pride. Stop it. We should stop this war. Pass my message across to people that are opportune to be in position of authority among us. We need to hold peace and unite to fight the real enemy of our land. To start from where our ancestors stopped. We will study our history. We will know who we are. We will start being proud, even proud, knowing that our ancestors were the best, greatest people that ever lived on the face of earth. Yes. So even from middle belt to north central to northeast to southeast, all of us, let us save ourselves, emancipate ourselves from those hegemonies. If we unite, we will separate out the Hausas even from the Fulani. And our Fulani brothers must wake up from being fundamentalists and jihadists that are being used by the Arab wars to fight their holy of all holy wars. They cannot take this holy of all holy land. It belongs to us all. The true owners have not even started shouting. So I beg you, all my brothers, I beg you, all my sisters. I will use this forum to start bringing the information from the elders of this altar, of this Nzera. We will educate ourselves. we will see that the Bible is, I can say, it's about some percentage correct, but it's been so messed up and redacted that everything started in this land. When I say it, it's as if we are the real Nzere people, the real Nzera people. Here. That is Canaan, they call Canaan. Just like Kanu, Kadona, Kanuri, they are the same thing. They are the region, the religion people. They are the same Egypt, they are the Phoenicians, they are the Philistines, they are Etruscans, they are the Hattushis. They are all mingled and still mingled in this land where they all came back to. After they left all their European, all their Asia, their Chinese land, they came back here. We are all the same. So my brothers, we will get more. I will bring you more. I will try to bring more. The elders have woken up. The gods have arisen. And may God bless us. Let somebody pray wherever you are. It's well with us. It's well with our land. It's